Hi, everybody. This is Eileen with EileenGoesLean-VSG. I'm coming to you today on June 7th. It's Wednesday, June 7th, 2017, and I'm coming to you with my week 19. Yes, week 19 post VSG update. So I had vertical sleeve gastrectomy at Roger Williams Medical Center with Dr. Pohl on January 24th, 2017. And I'm here to give you an update. So, first of all, the stats. And again, I haven't revealed my actual weight. I'm revealing pounds lost because I guess that's the best unit of measure that we have. Sorry, itchy nose. Sorry. Anyway, so um, since Halloween, which was my all time high, I am now down 106 pounds even. Yes, 106 pounds even. And since surgery, this is included in the 106, since surgery, it's 68.8 pounds. So I'm still averaging just around 3.6 pounds per week, which is pretty awesome, and I'm very happy and excited about that. So that is good news. What is new this week? New this week is, oh yeah, I have a couple of things to talk about. So new this week is last week I actually filmed late. I'm filming late again this week. Last week I filmed on Friday, which was actually my husband and my wedding anniversary. And we actually did not go out Friday night. We went out Saturday night to celebrate. And we went out for Chinese food, which is nice and fun. The interesting thing is we brought home as much as we would bring home if we had a to-go order because we hardly ate any of the food, especially me. And it made me really realize how much I used to eat before the surgery. And, I was always wondering, I was always thinking I was being good, in quotes. And when I think about what I used to eat when I'd go to that particular restaurant versus what I ate Saturday night, you can't even compare it. So, I don't even want to get into every bit of it, but, I ate perfectly on plan. And even though it was Chinese food, I had pork strips, which are steamed or roasted or something, and there's no sauce or gooey stuff on it or anything. And then I had 2 pieces of beef teriyaki, which does have gooey stuff on it, but not so much. It's pretty much lean beef, and that's what I had. But we actually did go, we made another stop after dinner, and we went to Dairy Queen. Now, I have not been to Dairy Queen in probably a year, and I love Dairy Queen. And I think I've mentioned before that I've been eating perfectly clean since I had the surgery. I've not had any missteps. I've eaten everything that I'm supposed to, or I should say I haven't eaten anything I'm not supposed to. So we went to Dairy Queen, and it was sort of a planned cheat, if you will. And I got a small vanilla cone. Yes, small. They actually make them in small. So I got a small vanilla cone, and I ate the ice cream as much as I could without a spoon. So I threw away the cone and whatever ice cream was left in there. So that was huge. And I did that, and I continued to lose weight, and it did not impact me in terms of, oh my gosh, now I need to eat more sweet stuff. I sort of did it. It was celebration. It's over. It's done with, and we move on and get right back on track to where we need to be. So I'm really happy about that, and it is my first cheat. So, and then on Monday, I saw my dietitian, nutritionist, whatever. Hadn't seen him in 7 weeks, and in those 7 weeks, I lost 26 and something pounds. So he was thrilled. He thought that was great, and actually, I think it's great too. And so I saw him, and pretty much told me to just continue on. Doing what I'm doing. The only thing that he told me that I should be doing that I hadn't been doing, and I'm going to do this sort of as a public service announcement, I have come on and talked a little bit about being constipated and how awful that is. And come to find out, I'm supposed to be taking fiber every day, which I hadn't been doing. So there you go. So, the rule is follow the instructions. Hello, then you won't have a problem. So I stopped on my way home from seeing him and got fiber gummies, and I've been taking those, and hopefully the problem will be resolved going forward. And it does make sense because I'm taking iron, which is known to be constipating, and I don't eat enough. I'm not eating fiber. I'm just not. I'm basically eating protein. I eat some vegetables, not a lot, because there's not a lot of room in Gertie, and we got to get the 80 grams of protein in a day. So I had a really good visit with him, which was good, and I was very happy about that, and very happy about that. So things from a weight loss perspective are going really well. I mentioned before that I got rid of a bunch of clothes a couple weeks ago, and I'm continuing to go through my clothes. I'm continuing to wear new things. They're not new. I've had them, but I just haven't worn them in a few years. So that's really good. And yeah, so I'm very happy about that and feeling like there are non-scale victories. The other thing is I've mentioned that, I do a lot of things with my son and daughter-in-law simply because my son has not been that well. And I do a lot with them. And, he had not a particularly great week this past week. So I spent a lot of time with them doing a lot of things that 100 pounds ago I could never, ever, ever have done. And, I think about, everything happens exactly the way it's supposed to. And sometimes that's a hard pill to swallow. But there is a reason why I'm on this journey now. There's a reason why I've lost 100 pounds plus. And it's made me more physically able to do whatever it is I need to do to help my son and daughter-in-law and to help myself and my husband and the rest of my family. And again, some days I run around like a nut all day, and I just think I could never have done this. When I start saying, let me just run in, let me just take care of this or that, then that, I've made a lot of progress. And to me, that's a huge non-scale victory. So it's not just all about the scale, although that's what we love to measure. Anyway, so that's that. I'm just going to go for a couple more minutes, but one thing I really wanted to mention this week is self-care and about caring for ourselves and not beating ourselves up, really loving ourselves and really giving ourselves the kindness. And I'm going to copy from Monica, Sleeved After 60, but treating ourselves with kindness and grace. And I had a wise person many years ago tell me, would you treat your best friend the way you treat yourself? Would you beat on your best friend the way you beat on yourself? The answer is of course not. So we have to have some kindness, grace, and love for ourselves and be grateful for where we are and where we are in the journey and how we're coming along, what we're doing. Take the time to prepare your meals. Take the time to, to pack your food. Take the time to do what you need to do. Take the time to go get your shopping done and get the food you need and plan your meals, or at least have ideas of what you could have so that when you come home, rather than going the easy route, fast food or even grabbing a salad somewhere that may have extra calories that you're not anticipating, have the stuff at home. Have it cut up, have it ready, be ready to go. Always have a backup. One thing I do try to do is have something in the freezer that I can pull out at a moment's notice. So sometimes if I'm making burgers, I'll buy a pound of ground beef and make 4, maybe just eat 1 that night and put the other 3 in the freezer so that if I need a quick burger, I pull it out, and that with my ever popular mushrooms that I always have cooked, heat that up, there's dinner, and you don't have to worry about it. And I'm not going through a fast food restaurant, and I'm not trying to, fit a square peg in a round hole, because there isn't really fast food that's going to work for what I need or what I want. So taking that time to take care of yourself and also not beating yourself up, being happy with where you are in your progress. Do some people lose faster than you? Yes. Do some people lose slower than you? Yes. You're always going to find that with anything in life, but you got to be happy with where you are when you're putting in the effort. And even if you slip up, pick yourself up, brush yourself off, and get back at it again, because it's really important, and only you can do this for yourself. Only you can really care for yourself. It starts with you, and you can't care for others if you're not caring for yourself. Those are the most important things. So I think I'm going to wrap for now. I don't have too much else to talk about. Let me just say one thing quickly. The dietitian did tell me that about at 6 months, so I'm close to 4.5 months. At 6 months, he tells me that that will be the peak of the hair loss, and then it will start coming back. I actually have flat head right now because I had it up all day. Whatever, it doesn't matter. I actually have more hair than what it looks like in the video, but it's okay. But I am losing the hair. I am losing a lot of it, and I don't like it, and it makes me very self-conscious, but it goes with the territory, and I'm told it will subside, and it will come back. After the 6-month mark, it'll start to come back, so I'm looking forward to that. So I say, don't give up hope, just hang in there. So with that, I'm going to end, and I say peace and love to all. I hope you all have a great week. Again, if you like what you see, please comment below. Subscribe, comment below. And if you have any questions, comment below, and I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have. Peace and love to all. I hope you all have a great week. Thanks.